All right, we're back with Jim Halloran and John Coyne from Lintec of America, your trusted leader in adhesives manufacturing for nearly 100 years. Now, today we're discussing types of printers used for producing digital window graphics, primarily UV and eco-solvent. We may touch on latex too. Jim and John, let's start with UV printing. Could you explain the benefits and applications of this printer type?
Yeah, sure. It's different. When I think about ink drying on a substrate, think about paint and how it would dry on a house, right? Most paint is based out of latex. It dries through evaporation and time, heat and evaporation and time. UV is unlike that. UV is it cures. You drop a drop of UV ink on a substrate and then you shine a light on it. And there are substances in the ink, photoinitiators to be specific, that will harden and also grip onto the material that it's on. So what that allowed printers to do, and I think the technology's been out for almost 20 years now, probably 17 years, you could now print directly to boards, you can print to glass, you can print on products, because now you don't need to print and then apply so much. What that meant for us, when we were one of the world leaders in solar control window film, which no ink would stick to polyester at that time. Polyester is not a porous film. It's a closed film. We typically put a scratch resistant coating on top of it. So we had a pretty good feeling when the UV printer came out. You could drop a drop of ink on it, shine a light on it, and make it grip. And we proved that out very quickly by making a scratch resistant top coat for it. That was great. That really opened up the market for us. And some of the printer manufacturers were our first best partners, because we've helped them sell printers and they've helped us sell film.
Great. Eco-solvent may not be as prevalent today as UV printing, though it's still worth exploring. Could you speak more about eco-solvent printing?
I'm actually kind of an ink nerd, believe it or not. If you just look at the evolution of flexographic printing, which is label printing, it started off with water-based inks, then it went to solvent-based inks, and then it went to UV-based inks, and that's where it stayed for all this time. There's really now it's digital, indigo, things of that sort. Water-based inkjet was the predominant type of printing when I got into the wide format business, and then it went to solvent, and then it went to eco-solvent. And what we did in order to make a polyester film that would be eco-solvent printable is we cast a special surface on top of it. It's kind of a slow process, but we took an optically clear film and cast it's sort of an acrylic top coating, but it's very thick. It's almost 0.7 of a mil thick. And that gave the eco-solvent ink room to bite in, because eco-solvent doesn't cure. It dries just like latex. It needs room, and it needs, you need time and you need temperature. So it does flash off. The reason eco-solvent was so much better than regular solvent is the regular solvent inks would flash off into a room and it would be lethal. You'd have to capture it on the roof and, aerate the room. But eco-solvent was much better. We still make eco-solvent films. There are still units out there. The quality is really, really high. I mean, some of the products made by Epson and others, the quality is incredible. We typically recommend you over laminate our eco-solvent film. You don't have to, but we recommend it. It's going to install better, it's going to last longer, and it's a better overall product. And an eco-solvent print machine is so much less expensive than a latex machine. So the material cost doesn't hurt you so much.
Great information there. John, an exciting emerging printing style is latex printing. What are your thoughts on this developing opportunity?
Yes, latex is a relatively new technology compared to UV and eco-solvent. It does need heat to cure the ink onto the substrate. It seems to be taking a large market share away from eco-solvent because it's considered a little more of an environmentally friendly application, because it does use latex, which is kind of a water-based style of printing. Since they've been able to come out with a white ink for the latex printing, it seems that now people have been using it for window graphic type applications. So that's where we step in. We are working to develop a window film that will have all the benefits of our polyester film for UV printing, but can be used on the latex printers. When it comes to latex, I would say the Hewlett-Packard would be the main printer manufacturer in that field. And also, it does take away from eco-solvent because they have printers that go down to a very low price. So it can get a smaller printing shop could buy a latex printer, while many of the UV printers tend to be a little bit more on the pricey side.
All right, fantastic. Well, we'll certainly look forward to seeing latex printed films develop in the future. Thanks again for your time today. We appreciate all that you do and the knowledge you're sharing with us. Take care, Jim and John.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.